Hello you beautiful peeps, my name's John, welcome to my channel. This is the brand new WLtoys 124028. That's a 12th scale, 4-wheel drive, second edition maybe? I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the numbers are on the WLtoys. And I'm going to start off with the negatives. There's only 2 of them in my eyes, but if you work for WLtoys in their design department, they're not a negative at all. They're an absolute positive. And why is that? Well, firstly, the chassis. Yes, this is the chassis from 4.5 years ago. Even the side rail is actually off the 124016 and 124018. Which makes me wonder, did they just walk into the warehouse and see what they had left and decide that that's what they were going to go to? And secondly, does anybody else recognize this? I'm like, I know this. Where do I know this from? So the design department went, what could we make with that chassis? And they went, oh, look, ladies and gentlemen. Even the lights are identical, come on. And they basically went to a photocopier, they put 233%, and bam, we've got this new 124028. Oh man, to work for WLtoys, what an easy life they have. They have done one thing different to the old 124016 and 018, and that is they've moved the suspension slightly, so I don't know if that's going to make any difference. It is a brushless, this one. There's a 2852 2800 kV motor. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be powerful enough, but let's have a look. Hopefully it's got enough torque. 45 amp ESC. It's only got a 2S battery, and I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of the other brands, they've started to release cars with 3S, MJX, Larlo, rather than the 2S. But no, WLtoys went, oh, we've still got all those 2S batteries. Let's start with those. And there is a 1.7 kg servo. So, is it any good? I have not driven this, you can see that. I mean, is there any oil in that? There must be. Grease, I mean, not oil. Look at that, look how smooth that is. Not always a good thing. I did just want to quickly say something about the controller. It's the design that they use a lot, throttle trim, steering trim. They've got this FPV phone holder. I didn't like it the first time I ever saw it, but my phone's not the biggest out there. It's got quite a big camera bump. But if I put this on very carefully, watch this. So if you're using this for FPV, I think that's going to be more frustrating than anything. But you do have the, how others do it, one-handed control there. Now, one thing that they have improved on is the actual space that you have inside, because honestly on the 124016 and 018 it was not very good. You can see there's a lot of space, very accessible. You can even get to the screw on the back of the shock there. So, but as you can see, everything inside is identical to the old design. These are the posts holes that were actually on the 124016 and 018, showing that it is from those cars. Right, enough talking, let's get driving. Thank you so much to Make a Fire for sending this to me. I am a little bit concerned about that bouncing, but let's see how it handles this. Bouncy boy. Mind you, it handles it actually quite well, much better than I thought it would. Ah, first row, where's Colin? It's handling the bumps a lot better than I expected it to. I mean, other than that, but, well, we roll everything on this channel, so that's not an issue. But I did the drop test. Let me just show you the drop test and see how bouncy it is at the rear. Ready? So I was very concerned to the point that I'd been in contact with Make a Fire about it being so bouncy, and I checked to make sure it had oil in the rear shocks, and in fact does. So that confuses me. but I will just adjust that up and see if that makes a difference. But I have to say, it's handling these very big rocks very easily. Well, on the positives, nothing broken. It's handling this a lot better than expected. I am pleasantly surprised. I have just noticed that the, what's this, wing mirror has just fallen off, but by the looks of it, it can just be glued back on. That was the full speed of it, by the way. Full speed now. Any faster and it would just be rolling everywhere, I reckon. Look how it's handling these ruts. I'm really impressed, actually. Whoa. Well, I may as well show you beautiful Malta. Why, it's in the hedge. Gorgeous. Here's a question. Can it crawl in any form? I suspect not, but I have been wrong before. I mean, it's definitely not got any low gears, but I didn't expect it to get up that, I'll be honest with you. I assume because of the very, very, very bouncy suspension. Okay, this is impressing me more and more. It truly, did you see that? I'm going to slow that down for you again. Did you see that? No, okay, that's a bit too high. I get that, that's fair enough. This is starting to impress me. It definitely is, wow. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah. Ugh, that stinks. Oh my God. What was I thinking? What? Okay, you need to dry in the sun very quickly. Right, is anybody else impressed by how this is handling any surface it wants to go on? That bouncy suspension that I was turning my nose up at the start is flipping brilliant. So, ladies and gents, what do you think of that footage? You're probably going to wonder what the price is, and it's $159.99 without taxes. Okay, I'll put that on screen just to verify. It just popped out of my head then. This is obviously from Maker Fire. They've been doing really well with their deliveries and everything lately, so good job on upping the game. Is it worth that money? That is always the question mark that I come to at the end of one of these drives. And at the start, before I'd ever got here, the answer was clear to me. I'm not pausing for dramatic effect, it's because of the wind. The answer would be no. I wouldn't have said it was worth it. You know, you can pick up the 124016 or even the 124018 for a little bit cheaper. But now that I've driven it, I've seen the extra suspension travel, I've seen the bounciness of the tyres and the grip that it seems to have. Yes, it is definitely worth it. Would I buy one? Yes, I most definitely would. Would I buy one over the 124016 and 018? Yes, I would. I think it is just that good. And the ease of maintenance, the old one was horrible. You scuffed your hands constantly. It was a nightmare. This one is so simple, so easy. I absolutely love it. So can I recommend this to you all? Yes, I can, 100%. You just have to look at the footage and see what it was capable of. Even that sort of mini rock climbing. Wow, impressed. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Catch you next time. Stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.